For millions of people across Europe, the Renault 5 wasn't just a car. It was their first car, a small hatchback that helped define everyday mobility in the 70s and 80s. Simple, affordable, and full of character. Almost 50 years later, it's back. But the world has changed, and so has the Renault 5, because this time it's electric. But can a modern EV really capture the charm of an icon? Today we are finding out. We are the daily drivers. The new Renault 5 is one of the most important cars Renault has launched in years. This car sits also on the brand new AMP-R platform Renault has created, which is only for the EVs. But unlike many other EVs, Renault 5 doesn't try to be futuristic. It's rather inspired by his predecessor, and you can really see it in the whole design language of the car. The nostalgia is one of the biggest selling points Renault 5 actually has to offer, and I really love the design. The designers had a lot of fun creating this car. You can find tons of Easter eggs around the whole car, which makes it really fun. And let's start at the front with those kind of rectangular lights, but with a nice French flag, full LED headlights, rectangular daytime running light here, and even over here. This one is also your blinker light, park distance control over here, radar guided cruise control, a flush Renault badge. I have to say, look at that front, I mean those stands of the car, I really like it. And finished in this very beautiful gris syntax satin, something like that. The correct name right over here, because this paint color is beautiful but quite tough to pronounce. Over here we have something very special, which is your battery level indicator. If you put a car on the charger, then you can see those lights flashing. Then you see how full actually the battery is. And even this is inspired by the previous first generation Renault 5, because over here it had an air intake. Almost every angle reminds you of the old Renault 5. We have special edition, which is also the top model of the Renault, and it's called Roland Garros Paris edition. And then you get little details like this on your door, special 18-inch wheels, which look, in my opinion, beautiful on this car. There are some quite sporty, like rally-ish, but really French, like elegant. Behind those wheels, we got a single piston brake caliper at the front, and also at the rear, single piston disc brakes, pretty nice stopping power. Wrapped around those beautiful rims, we got the Goodyear Rector all-season tires. We got normal grab handle on the front passenger door and a flush door handle at the back. And let's listen, how do those doors sound? Listen quietly, because it's really windy today. The rear door, decent. The front door, pretty decent as well. At the rear, Car of the Year sticker, optional tinted glass, a small wiper, blacked out Renault badge, which I really like. Park distance control right over here, a little reverse camera down over here, no fog lights, but I really love 3D actually, like brake lights, reverse lights. Here is your blinker, fake air intake. I mean, look at it. It looks really amazing. And optional blacked out antenna bin. Renault, well done by the design. I really like. Under the hood, we won't find frunk, but what we will well find is an electric drivetrain of the Renault 5. You can see tons of hoses, inverter converter assembly, and below that we will have the Renault's 6 AK electric motor. It is an externally excited Synchronous motor. Let me explain a little bit what it does, because lots of EVs are using permanent magnet motors actually, but this one, because it's externally excited, doesn't have a permanent magnet. So that's quite nice for the earth, because they don't use rare earth metals for the motors. Horsepower and torque-wise, we have the top specification, which has 150 horsepower and 265 Newton meters of torque. The base model has only 90 horsepower, and there's also a mid-trim which has 120 horsepower. Renault claims the car does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 8 seconds. Around the city it feels actually pretty peppy. Under the hood we will find your washer fluid, ECU, 12-volt battery, the brake booster fluid, cooling system for the radiator for the car, and the cooling system for the battery. This is the massive inverter converter assembly. We actually have a 52 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is also a top spec battery. You can even get a base model battery which has 40 kilowatt hours, but then you only get a WLTP range of 310 kilometers. If you get the top spec model like we have, the 52 kilowatt hours, then you have roughly around 400, maybe if the weather is good, up to 420, 40. The battery is 400 volt architecture. Renault has decided to use a nickel manganese cobalt chemistry. That actually means is that the battery is actually quite easy to produce and doesn't need a lot of engineering inside. You got a normal AC socket, and even over here, DC charging. The car can charge up to 100 kilowatt hours, which is pretty fast. And something special actually about this car is also the car can do vehicle to load, so you can power up your external devices with it, but it has even one trick up its sleeve, and that is vehicle to grid. So let me explain. If you plug this car in just in your house actually, then you have the wall charging box from Renault, and the car can actually manage its power, and it can even deliver the power back, but not on your house, but even in the grid. Step inside, and this is where the things get really, but really nice. The interior is where the retro design meets modern technology, and they have done it actually really, but really well. In the front, I have a leather wrap steering wheel, which is also heated. I have nice capacitive buttons on the steering wheel. I have my drive mode selector on it as well, which is really nice. Behind the steering wheel, 10-inch digital gauge cluster and 10-inch infotainment screen, which runs on the Google-based Renault OpenR system, and it's really, but really fluid. I really like that system. You have native Google Maps and even Google Play Store, so you can download tons of apps on your Renault, which is amazing. The infotainment engineering is maybe at such a high level actually that maybe a wireless Apple CarPlay, which is here equipped as well, maybe be obsolete. Over here I have the gear stock for wipers and stock for the media. That is my little gripe actually, that over on this side there is a little bit too much. Sometimes I hit even my wipers when I want to go into reverse, and otherwise as well, so this is a little bit too much, but otherwise, ergonomics wise, it's really great. You have physical vents right over here. You have some really nice buttons for your climate system. I really love the Renault, well done, with some nice clickage. It feels really nice. Over here you have some small cubby, parking brake, wireless charging pad. Over here we have two USB-C ports, a 12-volt socket. We have cup holder and put your dopper in it. It's a little bit wobbly, so, but yeah, it's even for some bigger doppers. Nice armrest, some nice padding, a little bit of space inside, not a lot, but enough I think. Glove box. It's nicely damped, and look at the dashboard design. I mean, this is amazing. And we have already said that we have the Roland Garros Paris edition, and it gives you some really nice details like this French flag. Stitching is amazingly done. Ambient lighting which changes color depending on your driving mode. I mean, I really, but really like it. And this Roland Garros Paris seats have some really, but really nice upholstery. I mean, look at those. They look beautiful, but they also sit amazingly. And they are heated in 3 stages. And this car is even equipped with a Harman Kardon sound system. We got tweeter right over here, door woofer, tweeter over there, door woofer. In the doors at the back we have tweeter, door woofer, tweeter, door woofer. And in the trunk we have nice big ass subwoofer. I have now hopped in the back seat and I'm sitting behind myself, and I don't have a lot of space. I'm 1 meter 81 centimeters, and yeah, my knees are actually pushing the seat, so the driver will be actually complaining, I think. But I have enough headspace. That's pretty nice, and they sit quite comfortably. Yeah, there isn't a lot over here, but I have nice padding with some leather. I don't have charge ports or vents even at the back. Some pockets. And other thing that I like is we have automatic windows on all 4 corners, and the rear window doesn't go all the way down, so if you're small and you want to wave at your grandma, that's gonna be a little bit difficult. Over here you have 326 liters of luggage space, but if you fold the rear seats down and remove the parcel shelf, then you have 1106 liters of luggage space, which is actually quite a lot for this car. Let's take Renault for a quick spin. Start button, press it. Actually, this is actually a key fob, which looks nice, like a little card actually. With this gear lever, put it into D, and first we will discuss is actually the chassis dynamics. I already said they have the brand new platform for this car, and they have used a McPherson strut suspension at the front and multi-link at the rear. And that's really, but really important, because you do not often see a multi-link suspension at the rear in those small cars like this one, because compact format, and that gives this car a really, but really nice steering feel. Talking about the steering feel, it's actually pretty light, but it has enough weight to it, so I precisely know what my front wheels are doing. They have calibrated it actually really, but really well, and I really like that. The corner stability of this car is also amazing, because all your wheels are on the edges of the car. It gives you really nice sporty feel, really nice bite into it. You can even do some nice acceleration, but we don't have limited slip differential, which would actually make this car amazing to corner. Steering feel is amazing. We even have a multi-sense, which is actually a drive mode controller from Renault, and we have some different drive modes. We are now driving in a comfort mode, which actually a lot of people will drive this car in. If I press the button twice, then I get eco mode, which actually softens up your throttle. If I press it again twice, then I get the sport button. Everything changes into red, even the ambient lighting. I really like that, and it sharpens the throttle response a lot, and it drives really, but really fun. I give it a little bit peppy. It feels also peppy. The throttle response is nice. The engine in the sport setting has enough power. It is 150 horses, and that gives it actually a lot of bite. As you can see, I will do some little braking. Nobody behind us, a little pull, overtake. Quick enough. And if I press it twice, then we can get into Perso multi-sense mode, which is actually French for individual, and you can configure it right over here, and then you can configure your engine, your steering feel, and even your driver's dynamic between normal and sport. So that's nice. How is actually the braking performance of the Renault? Because I already said that we have disc brakes on all four corners. The regenerative braking is actually really nice. And how is actually the NVH of the car? I have to say, because it's an EV, it's really nice. Tire noise is actually pretty good. The wind noise, I have to say good, but I don't know if it is a model fault or not, but a little bit wind noise from over here. But the overall actually cabin isolation, I have to say, is pretty nice. You can even do some air cleaning with it. We have talked about the NVH. Does the NVH benefit actually the sound system? Well, it does. We have tested our test tracks on it. I give it actually a B tier. It's a nice B tier solid sound system. We have to say Harman Kardon made this sound system sound really, but really nicely. From the factory, it sounds really flat, actually tuned. You have even some presets, and we have tested in the studio preset, because that's nice with flat EQ. And there is a lot of power for such a small car. I mean, that subwoofer bumps in the back really nicely. You can turn the subwoofer off. The mids actually come through really, but really nicely. They are clean. You can really hear the voices come through, and even guitar and stuff like that come through really nicely. But there is a little catch. If you listen to some quite bass heavy music with some voices in it, you get a little bit of clear reverberation of the voices through the door woofer. So the bass blends a little bit into those mids, but that's nitpick. And highs come through actually really nice. Those 4 tweeters inside the car do a really nice job. They are not harsh on your ears, even if you cranked it really loudly, and you can crank it quite loudly. A really nice beat here. How can you use the cruise control? You have a mode button over here. You can press it once, then you can turn it off. If you press it this time, then you have active steering. If you press it like this, then you have adaptive cruise control. You can set it like this with this button. They have done this really well. You can, with this button, you can change the following distance. And if you press the mode button again, then you have just your regular speed limiter. And over here, it's for your media controls. And you can even flick between the screens like this. Now we are driving eco mode, and there's my speed over here. Or I can even do it like that with some maps inside, which is also nice. Cruise control, but I like it most like this. And so you turn off the cruise control actually. I mean, I went into this review actually like I've never test drive it actually. I saw it on videos and I saw it on photos. I really like the design of it, but I was like, it has actually a lot of to hold up actually, because the old Renault 5 was amazing. I think the new Renault 5 is also as amazing as the old one. It doesn't have the turbocharged engine or the naturally aspirated one, but it has an electric engine. It fits the car quite well and feels really charmful. It has lots of character. It drives really well. In my humble opinion, this is a really nice car and I can fully recommend it, but I do recommend it with the beefiest drive drivetrain. So go for the 150 horsepower one, then you have really nice car. And if you want to put the car into the reverse, you just press it like this. And over here you have your reverse camera. I have to say the quality is average. I have seen worse, I have seen better ones, but it does quite well. You have some tracking lines even. So where does actually the Renault 5 fit in? Because this isn't just a little electric hatchback. This carries a lot of history. It does actually fit in a category of its own, I think, because we don't have a lot of like historical EV. A massive thanks to Renault Stockman in Den Helder. They are the go-to dealer if you're gonna buy a brand new Renault 5 or a brand new Dacia. Massive thanks for that. So this was our full review actually of the Renault 5. Let us know, how do you like this car? And do you want to see as well an Alpine version of this? Then we can maybe try to get one. So like and subscribe and let us know, do you like it or not? And don't forget the optionally baguette holder. You can buy it for this car.